The great white drifted lazily for a while. He was near waters in which he'd been conceived, sired by a male almost as big as he. His mother, enormous, gravid with young, had swept through Amity Sound like death itself, bearing him, 3 sisters, and another brother in her right uterus, and 3 more young in her left. For 2 years he had lived in utero. He had eaten with his remaining brothers and sisters, thousands of his mother's unfertilized eggs, and some 30 weaker siblings in the womb. He had fought off his brother and sisters to survive the uterus, squirming, slashing, born to fight. Birthed live, like all sharks, as his mother's death off Cape North Light, he had been 3 feet long, a murderous 22-pound replica of his sire. From that day, he had been at the very apex of the oceanic food triangle, as speedy as any fish in the ocean and living death to all. He was a cold-water animal, but pelagic, a wanderer. The myth that his kind was territorial was man-made. Unlike lesser sharks, he ranged for thousands of miles. His slender, wrist-sized brain was subject to impulse, and forces that no man knew. Weather could change his pattern of travel, or the currents of El Nino, or the migration of his prey, or other stranger forces man could never understand. On this hungry morning, impelled by a savage whim, he turned and headed south. To the Bahamas, man! Novelization for Jaws the Revenge, as written by Hank Searles, based on a screenplay by Michael de Guzman. As you can tell, my retro review is about the classic Jaws the Revenge, the film that killed a franchise. Came out in 1987 to much fanfare, as this one was being touted as one that's taking back to its roots, not being outlandish or crazy like Jaws 3D was. And the slogan for this film was, "This time it's personal," not just for Ellen and Brody, but for the shark itself, apparently, because based on what I just read, Martin Brody killed his mama. It doesn't specify which one it was, but Martin Brody killed his mama, and that baby wants revenge. And Ellen Brody wants revenge for that damn shark killing her son, Sean. Spoiler, sorry. But this movie is almost 30 years old, and I'm sure by now most of the world have seen and forgotten what Jaws the Revenge was. So, the first time I saw Jaws the Revenge was down in Long Beach Island in New Jersey. Went with the family to a movie theater in Beach Haven while we were on a family vacation, and we went to see it there. We thought it'd be fun to watch the movie at the beach. Unfortunately, we did not see any sharks in the ocean as our vacation went on, but the movie was pretty entertaining and funny for the wrong ways. This turned out to be a bad but good one. The film stars Lorraine Gary returning as Ellen Brody, Lance Guest playing the older Michael Brody, Mario Van Peebles of New Jack City as Jake's friend and co-worker. They're both doing research in the Bahamas. Karen Young is Carla, Michael's wife. Michael Caine, Sir Michael Caine, famously missed accepting his Oscar for his role in Hannah and Her Sisters while working on this film. You gotta wonder, did he make the right choice? Who's to say? But yeah, and also we have Lynn Whitfield and a young Judith Bersay as Thea. Now, Jaws the Revenge, by no stretch of the imagination is it a good movie. I mean, it's a bad but good movie, but it is not a good movie when you compare. Even Jaws 3 was better than Jaws the Revenge. I mean, Jaws the Revenge is just outrageous. As I mentioned, I read that novelization, and there's like so much detail that Jaws the Revenge the movie doesn't have. Like, it really, Searles really makes an effort to make sure you buy into the fact that this shark is cognitive enough to seek revenge and hunt down the Brodies. And probably the most entertaining thing that came out of the book is some backstory on Michael Caine's character Hoagie, who I think turns out to have some sort of FBI connection or something. But obviously that's not in the theatrical movie. So the movie itself is Christmas time in Amity, and Sean is attacked and killed by a great white. The older son Michael and his wife and daughter come up to for the funeral, and then insist that Ellen, mom Lorraine Gary, returning to the franchise, come down with them to the Bahamas to get away. So she does. She agrees to. But little does anyone know that that very same great white that just had Sean for dinner is now on its way down south to the Bahamas. Now, sharks, as if you've seen Shark Week or watch Discovery Channel, sharks are sharks that spend their time in cold water. So it's great whites in particular don't like warm water, tropical water, which is what it's like in the Bahamas. And I've been down there. It's warm, it's gorgeous, and thankfully there were no great whites. But this shark decides to head down south. And as when the shark gets down there, all hell starts breaking loose. The one benefit is that this one's under 90 minutes, so it's actually just, if you just wanted it for the hell of it, just to watch it again, as I did because it's now on Netflix. The original theatrical cut is on Netflix. It's a quick watch. It's not going to damage your brain or bore you to death. It's actually pretty entertaining in the wrong kind of way. Like I said, it moves pretty fast, and it's 90 minutes. So now, there are actually two versions of Jaws of Revenge. There's the theatrical version, which is currently on Netflix, and then there was an international cut that was released on DVD first. I can't remember if it was released on the VHS first or not, but on DVD and the international cut, there are spoilers. Sorry. In the international cut, in the theatrical cut, Mario Van Peebles' character Jake is killed by the Great White out of revenge. And when they kill the shark is impaled on the broken part of the bow that Jake was on, and it's impaled, and the ship breaks apart. And that's how the shark dies, and that's how Jake died. Jake was bitten and eaten by the shark. I don't know if he was eaten, but he definitely had the mouth was straight across his torso, so there's no way in hell he would have survived that. Now the international cut is different because I guess there was some almost like a post release. There some people were upset at the fact that Jake was killed, so they wanted to see him alive. So they went back and did some reshoots, and in the reshoots, Jake lives somehow, and the rest of the movies are pretty much the same. It's just that Jake lives. But that was in I can't remember the label. I think it was Good Times. That's who released it on DVD first. And that's the version I remember seeing. And then MCA Universal put out the DVD. And, I can't remember where I saw it. It might have been the DVD. And they changed the ending where, yes, Jake lives, but the shark is not impaled by the broken bow. But when the ship touches the shark, it inexplicably explodes. What in there on that ship or in the shark causes it to explode? It's never explained. And worst of all, the visual effects to create that scene are probably some of the worst visual effects for a major motion picture. I mean, it looks like it was shot in a bathtub and came out of someone's a young filmmaker's student film, and that's the version they went with. It's even available on the recently released DVD Blu-ray collection of Jaws of Revenge. That's the version that's out, not the theatrical cut. But fortunately, Netflix has the theatrical cut. So yes, in a way, there is a movie that's worse than Jaws of Revenge. It's the international cut of Jaws of Revenge with Jake living and the shark exploding inexplicably. And then just the intercutting of some of the shots like they utilized from Jaws, the first Jaws movie. I was like, it just didn't make any sense. But Yeah, pretty much Jaws of Revenge, like I said, is a bad but good movie. Bad writing, bad acting. At some parts, like, obviously the shark still looks fake. But there's still some like cool, decent scenes in there. Like the probably the most significant part in there that everybody brings up is the banana boat attack, which is like a pretty great moment, but it's probably the only good moment in the entire friggin' movie. And I think there was one particular shot that I really liked. Um, was of Ellen Brody on the Neptune's followed ship, and Hoagie and his plane is flying over. And as they fly over, you see the shark rise out of the water as it's going to take a bite out of Ellen, and then it cuts to the aftermath. But I really liked that shot. It almost felt like a cinema verite in a way, because you were there seeing the shark coming out of the water from above, like 1,000 feet above or 500 feet above, however high they were. And you see that attack. That was cool. But yeah, shark still looks fake. But and then again, if you like I said, if you watch Discovery Channel, Shark Week, or anything like that, you know shark behavior, and you know a lot of the stuff that the shark does in this movie, sharks don't do, especially great whites. So, Jaws: The Revenge. Way back in 1987, I probably gave it 3 stars because I just found it so entertaining, and it was Jaws. Nowadays, I would probably I would have to give it just 2 stars because it's a bad movie. There's no denying it's a bad movie, but it's still watchable. But again, it's a bad but goodie, and it's good for all the wrong reasons. Like I said, Jaws 3 is even better. So really, the only good Jaws movies are Jaws and Jaws 2. Jaws 3 was just kind of over the top, ridiculous in a way. So, Jaws: The Revenge, 2 stars out of 5. So, if you like this retro review, please hit that like button below. Have you seen Jaws: The Revenge, the theatrical cut or the international cut? What do you remember? What did you like? What didn't you like? What's your favorite Jaws movie? What's your favorite Jaws moment? Please comment below and let me know. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do, so you can stay on top of my new reviews, my retro reviews, my crossing the stream reviews, and my trailer reactions, and any other fun things I happen to put up on here. So until next time, we'll see you at the movie.